Well, hello. I didn't see you there. It's been a while, hasn't it? At least for this series. So yeah, Endwalker, patch 655 just came out. And we are officially in the final, story quests for Endwalker. Dawn Trail will be out sometime within probably the next 6 to 7 months or so. But before we step into meeting the character that's going to send us off to Thrall in Dawn Trail, I thought we would stop and do something interesting. So, for those of you unaware, though I'm sure most of you are aware, not only did the MSQ unlock, new MSQ unlock here in Rodzithan. Also interesting that that's it, Rodzithan. Oh, it's probably because it's up by Megaduda. I was like, I've been to Rodzithan doing other things, and I never saw the thing. It's probably because it's all the way up at Megaduda, which I haven't had to go over to. But yeah, before anything, there is another new series of quests that have been released, and this will be my first chance to do these kinds of quests because I have not done much in the way of leveling up my reputation with the beast tribes in the other patches and such, other expansions. You can see most of them I've only unlocked one. I did the pixies because it was the easiest way to get from 70 to 80. But I haven't touched the Qitari or the dwarves beyond this. I haven't even unlocked a single one in Stormblood. I unlocked Moogles and did them once. I've done a little bit with the Realm Reborn people, but not enough to matter because the only ones that I needed to do were the Ixal back when I was on free trial, so I never really did any of them after. But as you can see, I am Bloodsworn with the Loprits, the Omicrons, and the Arcasodera, and after having completed these, I almost felt bad that I didn't record each of these, because each of these had really good storylines, but also there was no way I could have done that because that would have required a lot of work. So while I don't have any videos of the other stuff, I figured that people might enjoy watching me go through my first Alliance Beast Trials, whatever you want to call it, tribal quests, the Allied tribal quests, I think is the official term. Dinner and a show. A manager's work is never done, or so Jammingway's muttering would indicate. Here for a status report, Kassandra? Quite understand. I get terribly anxious whenever I have to step away from the cafe. Why, just the other day I returned to find that Grebulov had snuck behind the counter to bathe in the soup. Such incidents aside, the last drags couldn't be more successful. We're bustling with business, and Elysian is thriving. Yet, as the manager of this operation, I would be remiss not to ponder new ways to juice a little more happiness out of this carrot. From what I understand, the Shadowbringers tribes don't have one of these anyway, which is a little sad to hear, but what can you do? This unit hastens to indicate that the current levels of juice and happiness are within optimal parameters. Any attempt to push either beyond capacity may prove disruptive to the present equilibrium. Should probably get my voice mod out for that. You know, for the robo voice. Of course it would be disruptive, you glorified can opener. Threat to the status quo it may be, but innovation is the lifeblood of business. Think of our patrons' delight should we treat them to, say, thrilling entertainment over a cup of carrot coffee. I actually don't know where Robo Voice... Oh, it's right there. It's at the very end of my list of voices in the mobile app. So, whatever we do needs to be truly spectacular, though. So good that even the Nibiru won't simply stare morosely. If only I had any ideas whatsoever. Dreaming Ways are full of ideas. Can't vouch for quality, though. But you should pay a visit to Harper's Hold. It's quite a sight. Dreaming Ways. Really now, I had heard they were cooking up something in the hold, but I had no idea the project was such a success. I must see it for myself. Interested in the trip to Bestway Burrows, Kassandra? I appreciate your opinion on any possibilities I turn up. I trust you can mind the cafe at an N7000. Contact me via the Ragnarok system should there be any more soup scandals. Wow, that was the one line from N7000. RIP. Here I did all the work to freaking get that up and running. That's fine. I'm sure that I will end up utilizing it in some way at some point. So. But yeah, I have been, I did do these quests. I don't remember where I was at before. But I do have Weaver at level 90. And Miner at level 99. Botanist is almost level 88. You can see that I have Blacksmith at 75, which I initially pushed up to do the Kitari quests. I think I ended up finding out that it was the dwarves that were the ones that I needed to actually talk to for that. And then I promptly did started the dwarf stuff and then never went any further. I feel bad because I'm sure that the storyline is great. Just like all of these other ones have been. But, rip. So this is the new Harper's Hold, eh? I must say, it's a significant improvement over the old crates and buckets. As for these stations that everyone's hoping to join, that one over there is a true work of art. I particularly appreciate their taste in subject matter. This one Loprit, I guess all of these Loprits over here, but these Loprits have been painting for months now. I think that's so funny. It's like, this Loprit has been working on this carrot for months. This Loprit has been working on this bush for months. These guys have been working on, what's down here on the floor for months. It's so funny to think of. However, one can hardly expect half a dozen civilizations to share the same aesthetic sensibilities. I shudder to imagine the pontification and gunfire that would ensue if we asked our patrons to paint a mural. Those machines remind me of N7000, right down to the ears. They would fit in quite well with our current staff. Then again, it would hardly be an innovative addition, would it? We already have more condescending numerical projections than we could possibly need. I suppose music is another matter of taste. Those Loprits certainly seem to be having fun. Do you think a mournful dragon would enjoy being blasted with laser lights while it sings its ancient melodies? No? Pity. A shop! Perhaps our patrons would enjoy a selection of knickknacks sold alongside our regular menu items. Though mining those Omicron coins requires a truly exorbitant amount of processing power, and what if increased circulation led to a drop in Omni token value? Mother forfend! This station looks familiar. I wonder if Cooking Way has any recipes to share. But there is quite a bit of carrot on the menu already. N7000 would doubtless worry and whinge about the lack of variety. Wait, is that a broadcasting station? Oh, I do so love a good transmitter. I wonder what sorts of messages they're sending. Speaking to the people of Aetheris to let them know they're not alone. You're listening to Hope FM. Stay tuned for Talking and Ways. All day and all night, moontime. I like that one. Why don't you go to speaking to Aetheris? Color me intrigued. Ensuring widespread access to receivers seems like hard work, but well worth the effort indeed. We could adjust the tuning of the Ragnarok's communication facilities to receive this transmission in the last drags. But it still may not provide the level of crowd-pleasing excitement we're aiming for. While each and every one of these stations is wonderful in its own right, fear none are quite suitable for our goals. Perhaps Dreaming Way can dream up something special for us? Sure, we can give it a try. Talk to Dreaming Way and, what was it, Counseling Way? Talking Way? It's been months since I did these. So I honestly don't remember what this guy, the Grey Lopra in here, what his name is. Oh, Kassandra, and is that Jamming Way? It's been so long I started to think they were avoiding me. You opened a cafe out in Ultima Thule? That's one mother of a dream. And business is booming. Well, I'm honored to be consulted about your upcoming event. Now we only need to work out what it is. Have you spoken with Talking Way yet? Right, Talking Way. They receive letters from listeners across the star. Surely one or two have mentioned exciting happenings on Aetheris. Wait here. Into a cutscene. Because they almost never start out by just sending you into a cutscene. It's usually something prior to. I present Talking Way. It's a pleasure to see you again. I would be happy to assist in your endeavors however I can. Forgive me, but have we met before? Yes. You would remember me as Counseling Way, but I've recently taken the name Talking Way in honor of my new dream. How wonderful! I look forward to working with you, Talking Way. Dreaming Way mentioned that you are in search of rousing entertainment for your patrons, and one possibility hops to mind. If our listener mail is any indication, the Vnair's Hippo kart races have been drawing quite the crowd of late. Folk come from far and wide to see those hippos hurdle, 'tis said. Hurdling hippos! Why does that sound exciting? We could set up a race course in the Necropolis to give Last Drag's patrons a prime view of the action. A stirring contest of speed and skill the likes of which Ultima Thule has never seen before. Surely that will pique even the Nibiru's interest. Any ideas on how we might approach these hippo racers, Kassandra? I got that. I got this. Their leader is a friend of yours. You really do know everyone. I hope we can count on you for an introduction. A hippo hustle in Ultima Thule. Sounds like the sort of entertainment that should be available to all. Could our radio station provide a live broadcast of the event? But of course, with the Ragnarok as a relay, there's no signal we cannot boost. I should like nothing more than to share the joy of such an experience with our listeners across Aetheris. I certainly would be curious to attend myself. Then it's settled. We'll make a start on the preparations. I trust you can convince the hippo to traverse the Sea of Stars. Tooth have dare. You said we're looking for a woman named Turner, correct? Oh, I can hardly wait. In fact, I can't. See you there. I hope those voices are different enough. They sound different enough to me, but... whenever I, like, go back and look at my videos, I'm always like, I'm doing, like, no difference in voices. Sorry. Like, it sounds completely different to me. But then I look back at the videos and I'm like, what the frick? They're not even remotely different. Like, why? Why is this a thing? Like, how do I do different voices? Like, how do I make everything sound different, you know? Also, just saying, I have the new UFO mount. I love it. First thing I did when I got on was complete the Manderville storyline so that I could start doing the Manderville weapon stuff. Because I knew that I was going to want to do that. So, like, the first thing I did. So that way I could actually, like, you know, start collecting them. I actually, on Black Mage, I already have the first one, so I'll probably get Dancer next, because Dancer, which is for some reason naked, not sure why, is currently maxed. The only thing that I don't have is a 660 ring. And unfortunately, you can't have 2 augmented credendum rings, which basically means that unless I do Savage content, this is like the best that I can currently get. Now that the Manderville weapons are out, though, I can change this to the Mendervillius Dancer weapon, I assume, since these are called this is the Mendervillius rod. And once I do that, then I can have literally the highest freaking, like, gear possible, so. Without doing, Savage content, because frick that. This little one with you, they've been there patting their ears for a while now and staring. Got a lot of staring going on. Radio? Yeah, I've heard of it. One of my crew lugged a radio contraption all the way here from Old Charlayan. That could be who sent you the letter about the Hainish Hippo hustle, come to think of it. Your races are talk of the star, and love to bring that sort of excitement out to Ultima Thule, though it is a wee bit of a trek from here. Ultima who? Now them I ain't never heard of. They live across the sea somewhere, I take it. As buoyant as our hippos are, we can't send them out into the wide world on their own. You need a collar and me to race them safely. Have too much work at home to abandon my post. Can't thank you enough for taking an interest in our operation, though. Oh. It's truly a shame. I would hate to make the hippo riders disappoint their own customers in the name of entertaining ours. What to do? Here's the question. Dreaming Way and Talking Way were excited for this plan too. You mustn't give up just yet. I'm calling a strategy meeting to be held, well, that post over there looks like as good place as any. Also, I'm Black Mage still, I just realized. Because I still have the Black Mage weapon. I understand Turner's passion for her work. I feel the same about my own. Perhaps someone else might race on her behalf. Me. No, turn a race. Oh, that's, yeah. Ahem. I heard your conversation. Akala, I want to race Turner, and I know Turner wants to race. Akala, you're the one Turner mentioned, aren't you? The shadow is just going back and forth. Never Turner work ends. When she finishes with hippos, she teaches us the common tongue, so we fit in. She teaches us honest matters, and fairness in trade. I find your language difficult, but my speaking improves. Turner says so, but Turner has no time to ride hippos now. She cares about hippos and the hippo riders, her kin. Always she helps us. Hey, it's the girl. This quest line I did even longer ago. Like, this was 6.2 when I did this. The others were 6.4. But she forgets we can help her. Always we want to help her. I see. Turner is a great leader, but she takes every responsibility upon herself. No wonder she has no time left over to race hippos. Always, Turner listens to you. You must talk sense at her. At her? Yes, I quite agree. If, in her heart of hearts, Turner wants to race, it's all the more reason for us to host a hippo hustle. You think you can convince her to come around? I got this. I certainly will try. As soon as I switch back to Red Mage. Because, oops. You hold it right there. I know that look, but you'll find I ain't so easily persuaded. Long event cannot be skipped. Got it. It's one of these things. You know how important our delivery business is. You helped us get our start. So why try to talk me out of it? Reasons! You can make deliveries later. Opportunity is knocking now. I know you live for excitement. Don't you want to explore the unknown? Of course I would. There's only so many times you can race the same course without starting to feel like a chore. Too many folks are relying on our services for me to go gallivanting. I'll survive for a few days without shawarma delivery. Kala's worried about you, you know. Doesn't your hippo deserve a change of scenery? Kala's worried about you, you know. I told him, nah, there ain't nothing to worry about. I miss racing, to be sure, but the hippo riders come first. Business couldn't be better. I'd like to keep it that way. Have I ever led you astray before? Surely it won't fall apart in just one day. Recall a heartwarming lesson learned during the inaugural Hainish Hippo Hustle. That was a races for the ages, to be sure, and it was all thanks to our team here. Like I always say, you can only do so much by yourself. Exactly. Do say that, don't I? Yet here I am, acting like a Kala back when he first got here. Guess I was right that him and I ain't so different, in more ways than I knew. Alright, fine. The hippo riders will put together to keep things moving in Thavnair, and you'll have your race. Da 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 da. Nice. Very nice. I knew you could come through for us. Why, you had her convincing herself in by the end. That's the point. N7000. Is that you? Oh. I am probably going to need Robo. Click, please. Indeed. Affirmative. Several shrill life forms have come bearing word of a hippo hustle to take place in the necropolis. As serving units have automatically initialized the advertising protocol, this unit requests swift confirmation that these reports are accurate. They are accurate, and tell those units that I like their initiative. To my fellow elaborate life forms, I recommend a tall glass of carrot juice for each. They're sure to place additional orders. Acknowledged. Interference? Testing, please respond. Prioritizing request for managerial assistance on the customer service front. Ending transmission. Don't you terminate this transmission on me. Rude. What was all that about, I wonder? What was that all about, I wonder, Raz? The proper way around. Tribal quest complete. A dream worth chasing. Jammingway appears moderately concerned about the unidentified calamity that may or may not be befalling the last drags at this very moment. Ooh. A reward. Initiating a new call doesn't work either. Doubt that it's anything serious, but perhaps you should check on N7000 just in case. Typically carry at least one object suitable for a light bludgeoning, do you not? I'll work out the finer details with Turna and see the hippo riders switch safely to Ultima Thule. Oh my gosh, hiccups. I trust that the cafe will be intact when we arrive. Alright, well, back to Ultima Thule then. I assume base Omicron, because that's where all the stuff is. Like, that's how you get to the last drags and stuff like that. The easiest. So, it's right up there after all. I don't remember, like, I think there's technically a portal somewhere, but I don't actually remember. I always just flew over there when I got here. Let's use our UFO. Like, I think maybe if I use the teleport to the A4 site, the A4 research site would then have a teleport to here, but I don't recall. Yes, A4 transport unit. Honestly, we probably got here a little faster, just cause no loading screens by doing that. And 1, and 2. I missed what else they said, but whatever, it's fine. Hello, N7000. Definitely gonna want voice changer for that. Your return is most welcome. However, one managerial life form remains conspicuously absent. Yeah, they had to stay behind. Understood. This unit will initiate idling protocols until Jammingway returns. Carrot-based refreshments have already been distributed to the newcome life forms. And such refreshing refreshments they were! Furthermore, as your sensory organs will have detected, usual customers have vacated the premises. This unit will now convey additional context. Once upon a time code. So, to sum up, we no longer need worry for lack of patrons. In fact, the last drags being empty is quite inconceivable. Hey, they got here. Kassandra, oh thank the sisters. Wasn't sure we'd make it, especially after that experimental aetherite. Also, that was Jabbing Way. I was thinking of Dreaming Way. Oi! Where are our customers? You had one job, you buttons for brains. Elevated body temperature detected in nagging life form. This unit recommends swift consumption of chilled liquids. As for the As for the customers, they've temporarily ceased their consumption of the cafe fare to prepare for the upcoming race.
You must die!
Whoops. I switched to the soundboard on accident, and then that was the button that was where the voice changer is. Sorry about that. The Corellians procured a transport vessel with the assistance of Stigma 4. Presently, the global citizens and freedom fighters are conducting a joint test drive. Meanwhile, the Grebulifs expressed a long-standing desire to float about within the Miwa missive, which were eagerly volunteered by their Ia caretakers to serve as steeds. This unit's ethical algorithms are still processing. The dragons, too, intend to participate. Soaring through Elysian's mountains has revived their passion for flight, and they have expressed a desire to see more of Ultima Thule from above. Nice, nice. Unexpected, but I'll take it. As long as our patrons reach happiness. I mean, the means by which they travel matters not. This unit agrees and hopes that all patrons will be replete with joy upon their inevitable defeat by the superior Omicron vehicle. Artillery may be involved. Oh no. Artillery? Artillery is no match for a collar. I dodge. Ugh, that's what it was. This is shaping up to be a gauntlet fiercer than Bottom's medal. This unit also invited the Nibiran to share the singular experience of losing to the Omicron, but their registration remains pending. Nevertheless, they have conceded to observe the other civilizations' preparations. We'll have to hope that the overall excitement sweeps them up eventually. For now, we have our own preparations to attend to. On that note, this unit recalls that the inventing life form wished to speak with Kassandra regarding said preparations. Reports of critical levels of static electricity indicate the likely presence of this ally at base Omicron. Alrighty. Now this unit must return to supervising Stigma 4's production of racetrack features, engaging enthusiasm protocols. Nice. I love it so far. Alright, back to base Omicron in that case. In which case, let me just take my motorcycle and just fly on down there again. It's probably faster because lack of, loading going through 2 loading screens to get down here. So, inventing way. Aha! Just the person of Atheris I was hoping to see. As our Omicron friend doubtless relayed to you, this race is no longer a mere spectacular sport. The people of Ultima Thule will be bringing the best their civilizations have to offer, and they mean to win. Should the Arcasadera, then, be left to defend Aethera's honor in all on their own? Nay, says I. Mother put her faith in the myriad peoples of the star for a reason. Fortunately, we brought a number of moonhoppers to help prepare for the hustle. With a little help from good old Inventing Way, there's no reason that one can't haul you to victory. I had been hoping to join the contest. N7000 mentioned artillery. That might be a reason. Artillery smartillery. Good grief. Can't pulverize what you can't catch. I've already taken the liberty of altering this moonhopper. Dazzle your competition with a hyper hop stomp, or press the big boost to outstrip them with ease. Actually, why not do both? Do mind your power reserves, though. Even with my prodigious skill, there are only so many batteries I could shove into this chassis. Now, hop along and tell N7000 to add one more entrant to this roster. I'll catch up once I've discovered where this final screw belongs. So you don't know where the screws go on the thing that you're building. Isn't that a little concerning? Just a little, you know? Just slightly. Just ever so slightly. Oh. Actually, they're over here. Space Race is apparently the achievement for this. Because I just saw people get it. Race preparations continue in accordance with projections. Did the inventing life form raise any matters of note? Yep, he wanted me to join. Because of course I do. You'll be joining the fray? How thrilling! Entrant registered. This unit will now provide supplementary information regarding the course. Please direct your orbs toward this geographical data display. The race will begin at the starship Ragnarok in Ostrakhan Deca Octo. Once jamming way and Ogul signal the commencement of hostilities, competitors may proceed across Ria Terra towards Ostrakhan Tria. Passage to the checkpoint rings is mandatory. Those rings look rather lofty. How are the hippo carts to get through? In Ultima Thule, emotions become reality. You only need belief to make your hippos fly. Did you just call me an ultimate fool? Because I'd have to be to believe something like that. Once in Ostrakhan, racers will enter the artillery zone, which extends from the periphery of the Ostrakhan to the abode of the Ia. This exciting enhancement is sponsored by the Alphatron civilization. Sorry, I was, responding to a message. Wait, you're serious about the artillery? What if my Soria gets hit? Out of concern for the curiously smooth four-legged lifeforms, Sigma 4 is presently manufacturing non-lethal cannons. Encountering these painless projectiles will result in no more than explosive removal from the course. Those who remain unblasted should continue to Ostrakhan Deca Hexi and proceed through base Omicron. Then it is merely a matter of reaching the finish line located at the last drags. I win! Then I feast on tiny desserts. Note that, in accordance with the Omicron contest protocols, there are no restrictions on contrivances mechanical, magical, or maniacal during the race. This concludes the briefing. Well, at least I passed my rainbow Gulal. Soria should be happy to run for it, no matter where she is. You brought Gulal? Why you do not share? Sharing is caring. We've been through this, Akala. Your hippo's never shown it a lick of interest. You just like throwing things. Go ahead and make your preparations. I have to make sure that N7000 isn't understating the firepower of those cannons. Once that's taken care of, I'll retrieve your Moonhopper and meet you at the Ragnarok. Oh boy. Alright. Sorry, I couldn't find the freaking buttons for a second there. off to the Ragnarok, which is right there. So it's not very far. It wasn't very far, but it was still like a minute. So I figured I'd pause it. Upon commencing the race, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommend that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Let the games begin! And here I was worried, because we were only at 40 minutes. They brought their whole setup. I love it. Test, 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 test. People of Aetheris, are you there? We are your hosts, talking way and dreaming way, coming to you live from the very edge of the universe. And here among the stars, the hyper hustle is about to begin. The contest for the ages will see competitors race across a land as barren as it is beautiful, vying to be the first across the finish line. You won't want to miss a moment of this, folks. Now, let's introduce our racers. Hauled by the speedy Soryo, the courier as fast as she is reliable. All the way from Thavnair, it's Turna, the hippo rider. Next, Agajasura is fearsome on the track as he is fearless on the battlefield, honed in the fires of the Hainish hippo hustle. Akala! I love it. Let's hope that Peacekeeper's last peaceful functions are disabled. Hailing from Carolyn, a team of once bitter enemies turned fast friends, the Citizens of Freedom. Oh my, it's the Peacekeeper. What the frick? Our next entrant may look more frolicsome than furious. The pass them at your peril. Spurred by the ever-so-daring Miwa Misiv, it's the electrifying Grebula FX. Oh my! This mean, clean, speeding machine is ready to put the Alpha back in Alphatron civilization. Say hello to the lethal Lambda unit V1C70RY. That's why I think it was 0RY. But yes, victory. But lo, what wisdom rides the winds of Elysian and fair peaks once forgot? The Dragon Star has joined the fray. No name for the dragon, though. Last but not least, a sword in the darkness. Beacon of hope, the champion of Eorzea. Friends across the universe, represents the one and only Courier of Light. What's this? A Nibiru challenger? Are they supposed to be there? Thought the Courier was our last participant. You made it! Did you prepare a vehicle? We can lend you a Moonharper if you'd like. That will not be necessary. Oh no! Oh no! What in the name of the mug swapping Murga? Sorry is a good girl, but she ain't no divinity. How's a normal hippo meant to compete with that? Like I said, you and your hippo need only let your competitive spirits burn bright. Where there's a will, there's a way! Quite literally. I suppose I'll toss some gulal and hope for the best. Racers, are you ready? So do I actually get to race, I wonder? Also, why am I suddenly not on the Moonhopper? Our racers have assembled at the starting line. Who will surpass the rest to emerge triumphant? Now I'm back on the Moonhopper. On your mark, get set, go! And they're off, with the Nibiru god Rala taking the lead. Yep, see, this is the scene that we had seen in the preview, was this, like, them talking about the race. That's funny. I love it. Whee! Oops. Rest in peace. Sweet mother! A juicy jolt from the Mew and Misa have sent the Lambda unit down. As their competitors race on, they're now entering the next area. A field of automated artillery. That went by way too fast, by the way. Here goes the Peacemaker. The citizens of freedom are going in. We have received a transmission from the Peacekeeper. This is not compared to the carnage on Caroline. Yeah! You heard it here, folks. Also wrong voice, but oh well. What? Whoa. Bang! Bye-bye. R.I.P. the Peacekeeper. And the Peacekeeper is down by double cannon blast. How unfortunate that the Corellians wear helmets. Whoop! Welp. Akala's cart is enveloped in a cloud of gulal. Long voice again. A ploy to distract competing hippos, perhaps? Or did he fall prey to rainbow temptation? He tried to use the rainbow gulal and just got annihilated. Whatever the case, it has only made turn of the hippo rider's cart fly all the faster. He's overtaken the Hurrier of Light for second place. I love this. Oh. To claim victory, you must overtake both Turno's Hippo Cart and the Nibiru's Rala. Okay. I've already taken the liberty of altering this Moonhopper. Dazzle your competition with a hyper hop step, or press the big boost to outstrip them with ease. Actually, why not do both? Do mind your power reserves, though. Even with my prodigious skill, there are only so many batteries I can shove into this chassis. So I have to choose. That's the button until you surpass both racers. You boost to overtake Hippo Cart, then distract Rala with Hyper Hop Step. Or grab Soria's attention with the Hyper Hop Step, then boost yourself past Rala. Let's try that one. That one seems like the right option. Yep. Whoops. The hippo is halted, overwhelmed by the euphony of my song, no doubt. However you say that. The Hurry of Light has already taken second place. Cries of this ain't over yet. Something, that went too fast. Y'all can just pause it, I suppose, if need be. Hey, I remember this area. Boost! This is it, folks, the final stretch. Hurry of light is pushed the Moonhopper to... Again, way too fast. If I really cared, I would just, like, reread the dialogue at the end. Yeah, after I'm done, but it's fine. Boom. Who was first? We have word from N7000 at the finish line. The winner of the Hyper Hustle is... Of course! Just by a tiny amount. And the Hurrier of Light by a nose. I wonder what happens if you lose. And everybody else comes in afterwards. Meanwhile, these two just completely lost. Peacekeeper got annihilated. Along with the Omicrons. Oh. It's the Nibiru. We do not understand. Our chosen form was suitable, our performance flawless, yet victory was not ours to claim. It has been long since we have experienced this quickening of this pulse, this vexation. That's racing for you. Just when you think you've got it, some grinning idiot comes shooting past to take the gold. Then sometimes you get to be that grinning idiot. I totally missed what... I totally forgot what I was doing for Turna. And that's the thrill of it. There it is. You never know if it'll go your way. You just race with all you've got. Again, I don't know if these voices actually sound different, but they sound completely different to me. That you're upset to have lost can only mean one thing. You want to win next time. That's a dream worth chasing. Trust me, I'm an expert. We do feel a yearning to race once more, a desire to triumph. Happy to leave you in the dust anytime. Looks like my Harper's gonna need more batteries. Happy to leave you in the dust anytime. This as well. We will engage with the other patrons of this establishment to develop a superior stratagem. Dynamist readings indicate a positive effect on the local environment. In according with Jamming Way's aspirations, the Last Drags has become an even greater source of hope. Despite the significant expense, extensive property damage, and crushing defeat incurred, this unit rates the Hyper Hustle as worth it. Worth it. I love that. I love that. To think you did all of that on elaborate built craft. I'm delighted that we could play some small part in your triumph. And I'm even more delighted that the Nibirin have finally found something to work toward. Still, I'd be glad to resume our usual service. Maybe make myself a nice carrot coffee while I'm behind the counter. Do we get any changes to Elysion? Probably not. But we'll find out, I suppose. You were right. I admit it. I had a great time racing, even if I didn't understand half of what was going on. But as fun as it was, I need to be getting home to Thavnair. Don't want to leave the Improvise alone for too long, lest some Hamza heads get starting restless. Whatever. Words. We finished packing up the broadcast equipment, so we'll be heading back to the Dreaming Workshop ourselves. So soon? It'll feel so empty out here in the cosmic void without you. Affirmative. But we do not have one. But did we not have one more objective to complete before the other organic life forms depart? Objective? Oh, I nearly forgot. Talking away, inventing way. Help me lift this. 1, 2, hop! Oh. Trophy! It's for you, Kassandra. A trophy befitting the victor of the Hyper Hustle. As you can see, it was designed in the image of the last drags, the Hippo Riders, and also the Dreaming Ways. That reminds me, we brought a few commemorative gifts as well. Also, I did the wrong voice there, I think. Cause this is Dreaming Way, and then this is the other one, Jabbing Way. My brain disappeared. Talking Way, Inventing Way. Help me lift these. 1, 2. Herd! Radios! One for the last drags, and one for Sparna. You have an eatery there too, I hear. Then I hope you'll let us keep you company at meal times. Whether it's weather advisories, hopping music, or simply a friendly voice you need. Hope FM is here for you. So, this is a radio contraption too. Has bigger ears than the other one I saw, but I'll be sure to listen with the crew. I was just thinking we should get one of these. Our patrons are gonna love it. Projections anticipate increased customer satisfaction in the ambience category. Thank you, Kassandra. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't brought us together. Ogul. And Akala. I think I speak for everyone when I say this day will shine like a newborn star in our memories. I hope you feel the same. And one day I'll do the others. I'm just excited to have done this one. I love the Omicrons, though. Just don't let it eclipse the possibility of more unforgettable days to come. After all, look across the sea, up at the moon, past the distant stars, and you'll find us waiting for you. A ballroom etiquette, the Lop Hop, along with Hyper Hustle Trophy, which I assume is what these guys are doing. I assume this is the Lop Hop. If it is, then I'm all for it. Reputation up. You've achieved allied reputation with the Hippo Riders, the Dreaming Ways, and the staff and patrons of the Last Drags. Through your efforts, your allies from Etheris to the stars beyond have forged bonds of friendship that promise to remain strong through the years. You are truly a hero to tribes throughout the universe. Space Race! Awesome. Ooh, okay. That's just a normal tabletop item. That's cool. Let's go into my special. Let's put this right down here. I love it! I love it! That's amazing! I love it so much, dude. It's great. And then it starts over. I love it. I love it so much. It's so cute, dude. That was a bad screenshot. I love it. Well, if any of those were used as the thumbnail, you now know. So, because I can totally, like, see myself using one of those for the thumbnail. So, that was great. I loved it. That was amazing. You know, I definitely had fun. That was super fun. I've never done one of these alliance quests, and now I love that I have. And that it was so, like, good. I loved the race. I loved everything. Like, these quests were just so fun, dude. Like, they really were. You know, growing the Hippo Rider area, you know, going through and, you know, helping the Loprits find their dreams, going through and, you know, helping the Last Drags become this, you know, great cafe and everything with all of the different races from, you know, well, from Ultima Thule in general, I suppose. I was thinking of, like, you know, the Grebulifs and the Nibiron and the stuff. So I was gonna say, like, from the was it last something? The Dead Ends. That's what I was going for, was that it's all of the stuff from Dead Ends. But I guess it is really just Ultima Thule, because it's also the Omicron and also the Ia and also the Dragons. So, but yeah, no, this was super, super fun. I absolutely loved all of it. Before we end this episode off, I did want to, I think I mentioned this in another episode, but since we're in Ultima Thule itself, I kind of wanted to note something that I found that was really interesting. So, when I looked through this, you know, it's Ostracon Deca Hexi, it's Ostracon Hina, it's Ostracon Deca Octo, Ostracon Tria, and I hadn't fully realized that these weren't just, like, made up words. Like, first off, this is a numbering system. Deca Octo is 18. It's 10 Deca. Octo 18. Deca Hexi is 16. Tria is 3. But also, if you go into the dead ends, if you actually look, you know, the Grebuliths are Ostrakan Hexi, the Peacekeeper, the Carolans. The Carolans are Deca Octo. The Nibiru are Deca Hepta. And when you start realizing that this is a numbering system, you realize, like, Hexi, for example, is 6. Octo is 8. Hepta is 7. Deca is 10. So it's like, this is the 8th, or this is the 6th. This is the 8th. This is the 17th. And you start to realize that all of these are the order in which Meteion and her sisters, like, found each of these, like, areas in Endwalker. And actually, if you start looking at that, there's actual, like, dialogue of that Meteion talk, you know, where Meteion's talking about the things that she, you know, saw and encountered and whatnot. I pulled up, but I have actually emptied my Endwalker folder into my external hard drive, which is not plugged in. If you watch the, I did a stream, what was it? Danganronpa V3. I just started a stream of that, and it was like showing the controller, and I couldn't figure out how to, like, stop it. And in my attempts, I, like, unplugged all my USB ports. In that, one of them that got disconnected was my external, and I just haven't plugged it back in yet. So I can't, like, bring up the episode. But there's a point where Meteion is talking about the different things she found. And she actually mentions one. The first civilization that she found being a bunch of buildings with no people, no civilization, nothing, you know? And I hadn't realized this is that place. The first she found, you know? The first that Meteion encountered was literally this. This is a memory of the first civilization that she came, you know, well, the first star she came to. And it's a little sad because there is nothing here, you know? There's nothing, there is nothing here, there is no civilization, there's only the buildings. And it's just a little sad because, you know, we don't know the story of this civilization. So, that said, if you come over here, there is a, a view sightseeing thing. I think that's in the, logs? Sightseeing log. So, have 35 out of 46. Just because I haven't bothered with some of them. But, yeah, Ostrakan Hina. The sector is a recreation of the first civilization encountered by Meteion and her sisters. Structures are whole but hauntingly empty, as if all life had come to an abrupt end. So yeah, this is the first. This is one. Hina. Henna. However you want to say it. And the word Ostrakan, actually, is a Greek word for, like a fractured, pot. You know? So something like what we would call maybe a potsherd, for those who know Minecraft. Which, the term potsherd, of course, is like the real life term for something like that. But Ostrakhan is what it will, the term that was used in Greek. If you think about it, that's exactly what Ultima Thule is. It's an Ostrakhan of the Dragon Star. It's an Ostrakhan of the Ea Star. An Ostrakhan of the Omicron Star, Alphatron. And I hadn't realized that, and it's really cool. I just think that the fact that those aren't just, made up words, but those have real life, meanings, and that you can, realize that if you know that stuff. I think that's just really cool. Final Fantasy does, FF14 does such a good job of, incorporating stuff like that. I think it's really awesome. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take my UFO here and head on back to Rodzithan. If I don't know if I put this in the post Endwalker or what, but however I did it, the next episode that I am recording, I don't know if it's the next episode or if it went up first, but the next episode that I will be recording is the MSQ, the 6.55 MSQ. So I hope you've enjoyed. If you did enjoy, feel free to subscribe. Check the if this went up with, and I'll probably link to post Endwalker either way. But if this went up in the post Endwalker stuff, feel free to check the playlist. If you haven't seen my post Endwalker stuff yet, you can also, check the channel for the regular Endwalker stuff. So feel free to do that as well. But there are also links to Patreon and Discord down below. So feel free to check those out as well. Because it does help support the channel. This was not streamed live at twitch.tv/SereneInc, but I do stream other things live on Twitch. If you want to come check that out. There are also links in the description to that as well. And with that, I think that's it. I don't have... Oh, I was hovering over a void, so that's why. I don't really have anything else to say, particularly. There is just one last thing that I figured I would show off, which is, I just end here in Elysion. Show off what it looks like when you've completed all of the last Drags quests. So, with that, I'll see you all next time. Is it farewell? No, it's /goodbye. Yes. See you later. I know it was one of those.